So we're here to measure this driveway. So let's get straight into it. Now the first thing we do is tap the plus icon, and we're going to choose close shape because we want the area and perimeter of all of this driveway right here. As soon as we tap on that, we need to wake the device. So it's just simply hold in the air, rotate gently through 180, turns red on the device, turns red on the screen, says to place at start. We've chosen this corner as our start position. There is a reason for that, and we'll explain that later. We're going to place it directly in that corner. We're in straight line, so gentle rotation. We can walk this in one go all the way to that corner just there. Now we've got an arc here. We've got a couple of choices. We could choose trace line and just move the device around there and it will track its movement. But with arc, as soon as we tap into arc, we've got the start position. Second position is going to be somewhere centrally, doesn't need to be exact. Draws a straight line. As soon as we take it to our third position, that draws a perfect fit arc for us. We're going to go straight into straight line again. We're going to walk along the edge. We're going to place it directly against the edge of that wall. Now we've got an awkward spot here. We're going to push it all the way back to the edge, which is just there. Now remember, with Moasure, we can simply walk around obstacles. This gate is in the way. I simply move it back, and as long as I place it just here, it will draw that as a straight line all the way through. Now this stretch here is quite long, so we're going to split this into 3 measurements. So just look at it, think roughly it's about 3 measurements. And the reason for that is to get the best accuracy. So let's go, we're walking quite quickly. Look how we're holding the stick, it's gliding through the air. We place the reference edge against the edge there. We gently walk again. And we place it just here. And this is our third segment. This should now take us all the way up to the edge, perfectly just there. Now remember, with Moasure, it's tracking your movement and direction, and it's going to draw it in live, real time on the app. So as soon as we change direction, it knows where you are in 3D space. Remember, it's capturing all grade changes along this area and perimeter. These slab areas are going to stay, so we only need to measure it and get it into that corner right there. There's a little obstacle in the way, no problem for Moasure. We simply go around it, and as we place it along this edge, that's going to draw a straight line straight through. And again, remember, with Moasure, you can stop as often as you want to or need to. So we can do small little changes quite simply, like so. We'll continue along this edge. I'm going to capture right up against the edge of this garage right here, so we'll go up to that point there. Now, if you can't get access because there's things in the way, with Moasure, you really don't need to worry. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around these obstacles, which are these cars. We're going to place it here. Still can't get back there, so we'll place it just here. Now, afterwards, I'm going to show you how we can ignore these points so it will connect all the points relevant to the garage. As long as we capture this final measurement, in fact we'll capture 2 more. We'll capture 1 just here, and then we'll capture 1 just here, and we'll come round so we cut that bit out. Now we've got a bit of a problem here because we've got all of these branches and shrubs and everything else that's in the way. So what I can do is I'll place it directly here, like so. And instead of trying to get into those, which makes it very difficult, I simply just come over to this side and place it against the edge there. And afterwards I'll show you how we fix this. We'll walk along to this corner here. And this hedge is in the way, remember. We can just simply walk around the obstacles. We could do an extra point if we want, but I can actually get in amongst it here like so. Notice how I'm just pushing that gently in there because it's a bit of a rough area to capture. So one thing we recommend is, which we've already done before we filmed this video, is just walk the area, clear away any debris that might be in the way, any placement areas that are challenging, just clear things out the way. We're going to capture each change as we go along here. So again, it's just gentle. You can rest the device against a V just to make it settle. If you're on harder grass terrain, you can push it in gently. Your goal really is to keep the device stationary at each pause point. As long as it's not moving, all the data is being recorded whilst it's moving through the air. And then as we stop, that data is drawn directly on the app. So again, we're just splitting this into 3 equal parts. That's 1. Quick, gentle movements. That's 2. And we'll come to the edge of this gate. And remember again, there's an obstacle in the way. We don't care. We simply walk around it, place it up against the edge of the driveway, move it back here, up along the wall. Now again, we could finish our measurement with an arc measurement, or we could use trace line. Let's use trace line for this one. So with trace line, it allows us to track the actual movement it makes with the device. So as soon as we place it where we started, we're going to stop the measurement. And that is now the area and perimeter captured. We have a total perimeter of 474.9 foot and a total area of 3,087.6 square foot. Now let's fix those areas that we spoke about before we save this measurement. First place we stopped is the garage. We took an extra 2 stops that we don't want. Now when you tap on a point where you've stopped, we then tap edit, we scroll across, and there's a tool here called ignore. And when you ignore a point, it connects the previous and following points together. So it's done that. Let's tap on the second point we stopped that we didn't want. Let's tap ignore again, and that's fixed. We've now got that straight line measurement through the garage. The second one is we couldn't access where all of those shrubs and branches and weeds were. So on this one, we don't tap on any point, we tap on the 2 connecting lines. So we tap on the edge. So once you've selected that edge, you then choose ext.corner, which is extrapolate corner. So as we tap on that, you'll see now it connects and interconnects those 2 lines where they meet together, and we've now fixed our measurement. That has now changed the total area to 3,423.9 square foot. Let's save this measurement, and then we'll come back for part 2, where we're going to capture the grade, which is the volume of this driveway.